Hello YouTube. So I haven't really been shooting too many videos since I've been here in Portland, mostly because I've been sort of living in the moment, so to speak, and I haven't really known where I've been going. I've just been kind of going, and spent some time with my daughter as well. I just decided at the very last second that I want to put this on video because I think this is going to be interesting, even though I don't really know where I'm going. So I'm about to get off the light rail at Washington Park. It's 3:24 p.m. Saturday, March 26th, 2022. Now this is an underground transit center, and there's a park above here. And now you know everything I know about it. It's part of the Robertson Tunnel. That's good to know. Two train platforms here. One, which is the train I just got off of on the way to Central Portland, and the one there to Beaverton and Hillsborough. My daughter lives in Beaverton, but kind of on that Hillsborough side. Check out the other platform. So yeah, this is functionally a subway through here, which is pretty neat. At least it is to me as an Arizonan. I don't have a lot of actual experience with subways myself. In fact, the only thing prior to riding this that I think I've ever taken that qualifies as a subway is the BART in the Bay Area, because there are part of it that is underground, parts of it goes underneath Oakland, and then also goes underneath the bay, although I don't know if that really qualifies as a subway because it's in a tube on the floor of the bay. It's really fascinating. Sorry, I'm amused by this. If you live in a place with a subway, you're probably like, yeah, this is boring as shit. Why are you filming this? No trespassing, trains only. Wonder how many people attempt to just walk through there. Gotta admit, it's a little tempting. Also, and the trains fly through those tubes fast, so it'd be absolutely terrifying to be in that while the train went by. I wonder what that opening up there is. That's interesting. Oh, and there's one on this side as well. All right, fascinating. Also, just thinking about things that have been on that equal subways. I guess it could be said that the interterminal train, whatever the hell you call it, in Denver Airport, Denver International Airport, also qualifies as a subway, which I've got videos of me riding that in here. This is neat. Welcome to Washington Park. A stylized map, which is obviously not to scale. Yeah, I'm not going to get lost in that map. I think I'm just going to go exploring and take the whole world with me via YouTube. All 9 people in the world that watch this vlog. All right, so it looks like the only way out is via elevator, which is a little disappointing. I was kind of hoping for an escalator.
Going up.
Oops, I hit both buttons. I guess the TS one opened the door. Oh, this is neat. There's a map of the escalator, or the elevator, I mean. So we're way down here underground, and this thing, yeah, I guess an escalator wouldn't be feasible to this. Wow. Wow. How many feet? As opposed to just floors. I didn't realize it was that far underground. That is absolutely wild.
Street level.
Street level. And what have we here? I'm in Washington Park. I have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. I just thought this would be a neat place to go. And it looks pretty neat. 4T Trail. 4T Trail. Tram, trolley, train, and trail. Wow. It's a lot to take in. Being that this also contains the Oregon Zoo, I guess the closest that Phoenix has to this is Papago Park. Yeah, this looks So Papago Park is mostly open desert. And apparently this is open for us, so that's pretty cool. I don't think I'll be visiting the zoo today. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy zoos, but it feels a little odd for me going to the zoo without either of my kids. And a lot of places in Portland I want to see, just adventuring alone, more than the zoo. And so here we have the obligatory sea of parking, because obviously most people do not take the train in here, which is sad, because that train ride in here was very convenient, including its wild little elevator. 4T Trail, Conservation Hall, Education Center. I have read nothing about this park other than I've noticed that the zoo is in it on maps. So I really don't know what all is here, other than it takes up a massive amount of space, as in many, many, many square miles. I think even larger than Papago Park in Phoenix and Tempe, which is in itself pretty massive. And I noticed there's a lot of roadways and paths through it, because it's a really large thing. So, sorry to be such an unhelpful tour guide, but this is, for me, this is actually part of the fun. Just coming here and having no idea exactly what to expect. I'm gonna go this way, and for no other reason than I feel awkward following behind that couple, rolling video of their butts. And maybe there's more interesting stuff in that direction. I've never been here, so I really don't know. For me, just walking, just seeing signs about Parking Kitty, which apparently is the app for most public parking in the city of Portland. Seeing signs about Parking Kitty is interesting to me. So, and then here we have more Parking Kitty and an actual pay station. So this is apparently paid parking. The giant sea of parking in front of the Phoenix Zoo, I'm reasonably sure, is free parking. So, as far as which is better, that's a hot political topic these days. A year ago, I would have just laughed at somebody suggesting that paid parking was better and been like, no, paid parking sucks. Free parking all the way. But as I've become more transit-oriented with my lifestyle and seeing that the selfishness of those monsters and so much infrastructure being dedicated to them, resulting in a lack of, look, Portland Children's Museum, nifty. And it looks very much closed, at least today. Anyway, I'm seeing so much infrastructure. Zany maze, obviously for little kids, but I love stuff like that. Oh, this is sad. It's in bad shape. This is totally for little kids. Those underpasses an adult couldn't even walk through. This doesn't look like it's being maintained very well. Can we say closed due to COVID? Getting kind of sick of hearing those three words. Anyways, I was saying, so much public transportation and walking and bicycle infrastructure just seems to not be built because everything gets built for cars, and that alone is enough to make me kind of feel like paid parking is a good thing. When people have to be forced to pay to store their cars, it makes them consider the it makes them consider the option of maybe taking the rail here. Although you saw how many other people were in the elevator with me, and you see how many people are driving around this parking lot. So, Harry H. Merlot Hall, the street where I've been getting off the light rail to go to my daughter's is, I think it's called Merlot. I have no idea who that person is, but apparently he's somebody significant to the history here that has buildings and streets named after him. I don't know what's going on in this building. It looks pretty neat. It also looks pretty closed, so I think I'll move on. So not much to say about me in this trip so far. Feels good to get away from Phoenix. That's kind of short and sweet. Feels damn good to get away from Phoenix. Yeah, I think it got into the mid-90s this weekend, and yeah, I don't feel like I'm quite ready for that heat. Here we have like a historic old school train. Apparently these are used for logging. That's neat. Do not climb on the logs, you think? Another hall. Another hall. I like the directional signs. I don't know where any of those places are. I'm just walking. But and this looks like it's a private drive to private parking. So, go me, I pretty much picked a path to nowhere. That's half the fun of just exploring. I enjoy that. I mean, I could go to a lot of touristy destinations, and I suppose technically I'm at one. Oh, speaking of touristy destinations, and I probably should have shot a little video there yesterday, but my daughter took me to Mulholland Falls early this morning for the sunrise. We went to watch the sunrise there, and that was absolutely beautiful. I did post a snap of it. So if you get on my Snapchat in a hurry, the snap should still be up until tomorrow morning. I'm probably not going to get it in the video description here, but if you go to my channel description, channel information page, I'm pretty sure there's a link to my Snapchat there. It's pretty easy. It's AZDandan, so AZDANDAN. Yeah, I accept every friend request I get on every friend request that I get on Snapchat. So it doesn't mean I keep them all. Don't be an asshole. Okay. That's pretty. All these different halls, I don't know really what they're used for. They all seem to be pretty much shut down today. Interesting open space. It makes you want to strap on rollerblades, and I highly expect that's an activity that's not allowed in it. Wow, that looks like pretty neat architecture up there. You can see like balconies and open spaces. So yeah, Mulholland Falls was nice. Having some quality time just alone with my daughter on a long hike was nice. She did say, "Ooh, Discovery Museum closed." Blah, 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 blah. COVID-19. Yeah, fuck you people. I wonder how long people are going to keep using the a glorified cold as an excuse for closing down public and private amenities. Quite sick of that shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wasn't planning on going to this museum anyway, but I'm here. If it wasn't closed due to oh my god, you might get the Wu flu, I'd be considering it. Now that's awesome. Big old petrified tree stump. That's the good shit right there. Anyway, yeah, great hike with my daughter. She did say that getting up at that altitude, the thin air was kind of messing with her. She couldn't handle hiking any farther, which is sort of a bummer. I was all down to just keep hiking to the top of the trail, whatever the top of the trail was. But it's all good. We went quite a way, and we went up to the bridge. When you look up at the falls from the lookout down below, that you can see a bridge that crosses right over the middle of it. We went up there, which is pretty wild. I forget the date it was built, but 19 teens. Looking at it and its design, I kind of was thinking maybe late 1930s, but no, that thing was built in the 19 teens. It's neat to see such old infrastructure that's still functional and serviceable, because and apparently going nowhere anytime soon, because it's still in great shape. Like, if there's one thing that's extremely lacking in Phoenix, it's things that are old. And there's a map that I don't have time to take in. Really nice pathway with stairs, or less beaten path. Yeah, I'm always one to take the path less traveled, so here we go. So we got a bike over here. That looks like a rental bike. That looks like a ditched rental bike. I did just download the speaking of rental vehicles, small rental vehicles, I did just purchase download the Lime app onto this phone, and it's looking like I'll actually be able to log into it, because it gave me the option of logging in via email or phone number. I still don't have access to my regular phone number right now. I did get a hold of Mint Mobile, and they're mailing me a replacement SIM card, but of course that's going to Phoenix, and I'm in Portland, so even if I was to go someplace and score a phone, it wouldn't be granting me access to my phone number right now. So here's what that is. That's the cage. That's where you go when you've been bad. This path is pretty. Yeah, I'm finding I'm still, due to the way that so many apps these days authenticate through phone numbers. I'm finding many of my accounts I'm unable to get to. Two that I've had to deal with more recently, and I feel like I probably mentioned these in these vlogs already, but I figured it bears repeating. Bumble. Can't get onto my Bumble account. At this point, there's been no intimacy with Priscilla and I so long. I figure, what the heck? Let's get back on Bumble. See if maybe it's less toxic than it was last time. I don't even want to say toxic. It was just a waste of my time. I just simply never matched with anybody. But to be fair, I didn't put much effort into it. So maybe this time around it might be better. But this time around isn't going to work until I get my phone. I did manage to get on one of their Marquim Trail. Goes two ways. Visitor center to the right, about a half mile away. Oops, I guess it would help if I turn that so y'all can see it. Wildwood Trail. Doesn't really say what's going this direction. I guess I'll go towards the visitor center. I don't know what's going on there, but that's fenced off from the public. No, I would imagine it's a park amenity. I don't think we're anywhere near any kind of private property. Anyway, so I did get on Bumble's customer service page about this exact situation of my phone number has changed. I'm unable to log in. What do I do? And there were two options. One of them involved messaging them via Twitter, and one of them involved messaging them via Facebook. Yeah, as I've said many times, I don't participate in Mark Zuckerberg's social data theft experiments. And as far as Twitter, well, I'm not a twit, so I guess I won't be logging on to. They didn't offer any other option for account recovery other than that. There's the option of just creating a whole new account, but I'd rather not. Although if I create an account, it might make me look more like fresh meat with a new account. Oh, there's an interesting path. This is really pretty. Not quite sure what's going on down there, but I like it. Also interesting that as nice as it is today, I just really don't see any people in this part of the park. Lots of people in the zoo, but nobody out here. Unless that's a person sleeping out in the grass. It might be. This phone's crappy ass digital zoom ain't gonna tell me that. So yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up with Bumble. The other one that I tried to get onto, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned this, was Uber. And I haven't tried again. I haven't looked to see what my options are for logging in. Basically, I was on my way to work on, I can't remember if it was Tuesday or Wednesday, but one of the days last week, I was on my way to Amazon, and I could not, I was trying to take the 44 southbound to the light rail to take down to the I-10 West Rapid to work, and I didn't quite get up early enough to catch, I want to say the 4:45-ish, the 4:45, 4:40-ish, 44, southbound 44, and the next one is at around 5:15, and in theory, 5:10, 5:15, in theory, that one should get me to work on time without a problem, but it was running late. As I left my place, it was running late, and it was looking like it was going to be a tight transfer with the light rail, and by the time I made it to 44th Street, it had got progressively more late. Oh, that's really neat how there's a bridge and a pathway underneath the bridge, and like a spiraling pathway. That's just pathways for the sake of pathways, but hey, this is a park. That's what parks are for. Yeah, pathways. This kind of looks like the remnants of a pathway or a road that's just been grown over with grass. I see a lot of evidence of stuff like that in Portland, which I find fascinating. Kind of makes me wonder what the pathway originally was and what its purpose was, because that kind of dirt formation doesn't just happen. So here's the other trail. I feel like the visitor center is... Oh, no, I was going to say the visitor center where I was, but it isn't. It's telling me to go this way to the visitor center. A third of a mile to it. At least there's another person walking up here. That's cool. Train of thought lost again completely. So yeah, at that point I realized that the bus was getting progressively later, and there was just absolutely zero chance of my getting to my train transfer on time. At which point I was kind of stressing, like, what are my options? Can I walk this and make this? Maybe, don't feel like walking that far. I did shoot a video where I walked down to McDowell, and that didn't... I wonder if that's the visitor center. Oh, whatever that building is, it looks pretty awesome. And also not accessible from here. Anyway, yeah, so I ended up not having... I ended up getting there, and I'm sure I related the story on a video like right after it happened, but I in the process of getting there, I tried to I downloaded the Lyft app. I tried to log into it. I think I did that at QT before I actually got to 44th Street. As soon as I realized that the 44 bus wasn't going to get me to wasn't going to get me to train on time. And I had no problem downloading the Lyft app. The bandwidth I get on this phone through Assurance Wireless is not bad. It's not great. I can tell, like, when the network gets congested, I'm definitely a lower priority customer, as on a free government phone plan I should be. Some people would disagree with me on that, but I as long as I don't get cut off to the point it's not working, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with a slower speed that I'm getting for free when other people who are paying ridiculous amounts of money per month are getting a faster speed. That's fair to me. Anyway, when I tried it, it asked for my phone number to log in, and then it was trying to send a text to my phone number, which of course wasn't going to work. And I suppose I could have created a new account, but I'm really not about creating new accounts on apps that I already have, especially considering that with Uber, I either A, already have funds on the app that I could be using for my ride, or B, if I don't have funds, I definitely have payment sources already linked to the app that will handle my payment. I don't feel like creating a whole nother account. And then there might come the problem of what email address do I associate with. I go to put in my email, I can see me putting in my email and it's saying, oh, there's already an account that uses this email. Yeah, no shit, but y'all won't let me log into it because I can't receive my text messages right now. Anyway, that was frustrating. I'm unable to use Uber right now. And how I got on this tangent was mentioning that I do think I'm going to be able to use Lime, because it gave me the option of logging in via email or phone number, and I used email. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to finish logging in because I was on the light rail when I was doing that, and that was about the time I went into the tunnel. And that tunnel is deep enough, and now that I rode that elevator and saw that map of the elevator, I understand why, but that tunnel is deep enough that once you get in it, you lose cell phone service. You also are no longer able to use your GPS. Anyway, dang, it's almost 28 minutes of video. Nobody wants to listen to me for that long. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Hope you enjoyed this lovely walk through Washington Park in Portland, Oregon. And stick with me. There will definitely be more videos before I head back to Arizona, if I head back to Arizona.